Welcome everybody to Finance Magnates Executive Interviews. Thank you for joining us today. We have the great pleasure of having Mr. Alfonso Cardalda, Chief Marketing Officer of Exness, with us today. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Andrea.
Welcome to our executive interviews. It's the first time that we have a one-on-one with the camera. It's a very exciting time for Exness as well, actually, because you just rebranded. It's very interesting because it happened just after you did a very big celebration for the 15 years anniversary with, there was a big party and you brought partners from all over the world. It made a lot of noise, there were fireworks. So walk us a little bit through the timing of this, why this happened at this time.
Well, for us it was very important to align, we try to align our milestones with events that represents something important for us, and of course the celebration of the 15 years anniversary was something big. So when we started planning to do the rebrand, we wanted to announce that during the 15 years anniversary. It was almost 1 year when we started working on how to create the concept, work on the pitch with the agencies, implementation, all the focus group. We got a lot of insights from inside the company, our employees, our people, but also from our partners, clients, and also other external parts of the organization. There were I think that 9 months very, very intense until we finalized everything, and then this week we finally announced and it's live.
What are the new elements that are comprising this new brand identity?
Yeah, for us, we always say that good enough is not enough. So in the past 15 years, we did a lot of good things and we have a lot of achievements in terms of trading volume, in terms of the features for our customers, in terms of how we optimize our product. But our brand, we believe that it still was not at the same level that our product. So we try to start adapting that to the new time. So we were very active in terms of defining and being very clear on what our values are, and based on that, we define what EXO and the new Exness image is.
So how do the new elements of the brand are comprising this new identity, and how does it reflect the legacy of Exness as a brand, and does it reflect somehow the next steps?
There are two elements that are very important. For us, it's very important to keep our DNA as it is. That's why we were successful, right? And this DNA comes from the people that builds the company. It comes from the passion that we have. It comes from the interaction from the customers. For us, we're very consumer-centric. Exness. We are a product company, so product is our priority. But there are two elements that are key for us and are reflected on our new brand. That is the head. We call it the head and the heart, right? The head is basically a mathematical exercise. It represents the numbers, the analysis, the product, every single thing that we do connected to who we are in terms of product features, in terms of interaction with our customers and the product proposition that we have. But on the other side, and you admit that we are Spanish, we have the heart that represents our passion. Here at Exness, we are very, very passionate about what we do. And you can see it when you enter into the office. From the top, from the owner, from Peter and the senior management, all of us, we really enjoy doing what we do and we have a lot of passion. So we wanted to reflect that into the brand. That's why you will see that there are elements like the head and the heart that are implemented into the new visual identity.
One of the elements actually that caught my attention in particular when I saw the new video coming up with the brand, it's actually a 3D figure that can rotate and move around, and that way it creates all of these different elements that you're mentioning. Yeah, it's very playful. I think at our coming FM events probably we're going to start seeing a proper 3D of these that we can move around and everything. It's going to be fun.
That's a good point. This is exactly what I was mentioning, right? It's difficult in one logo to just represent everything that is important for you, right? So as you can see on the rotation of the logo, you see a cycle that is represents the head. You see the heart that represents the passion. Then of course you have the elements of our brand, like the E, and we believe that is something that when it rotates, it creates the complete harmony of what Exness is.
So the logo itself now is going to be the EXO, or is the EXO with the Exness name, or how are you going to use it?
Yeah, that's a good question. The EXO is an extension of our logo.
Okay.
As you can see, as you go to the office, we have already like the new logo already fine with new color. The yellow is also different. The shape of the logo is as well different, but the EXO is an extra element that we have added to the equation that we are going to use, especially on hero moments in our events, on our conference, and every time that we can have technically the capacity to represent that on rotation.
And the EXO logo, the new element, and all the other elements of the brand identity. So you have kept the colors a little bit. The yellow, you just mentioned that it changes, the font has changed, and the mathematical and the hard aspects together. How does this help the brand positioning, and what do these elements convey, not just as a brand, right, but towards your clients, towards your partners?
So we did a lot of focus groups, and we did a lot of analysis before we reach the point to make the decision to go for this direction, right? There are 4 elements that for us are very important. First, people, first at the top. Our people, not only our people, but also the people that we interact with, that they can be customers, they can be partners, they can be media as well. So we tried these 4 elements, that is people, technology, being bold, and also being a reliable platform, okay? So we combine all of that, we did the cocktail, we shake everything, and we try to be the 4 pillars that will help in our communication. So everything that we are doing now, from the Team Pros, for instance, that is a new element that we are incorporating, that are like tier 1 professional traders, that they are communicating to our customers, but not only in one direction. It's ourselves communicating to our customers, but our customers also through the Team Pros, they can come to us and they can ask questions, they can talk about the strategy, etc. For us, this interaction is very important, and everything together is what I believe that is creating this new dimension of the brand.
And I mean, any rebrand is always a challenge, not just to prepare it, all the conceiving of it. You mentioned that it was a pregnancy of 9 full months. Now, when you start rolling it out, all of that comes obviously with a lot of challenges, because I guess it had its challenges to create a new brand. And then now rolling it out with the size of Exness as a company, with the decentralized offices that you have around the world, the many different teams. How are you taking on these challenges for the rebrand?
We tried to define and to understand the challenge before we went into the process, right? I think that is very important when you do this kind of exercise to have a clear situation analysis. So why we are doing the rebranding, right? And I was mentioning before, when I joined the company, I saw such a product superiority and such an element of growth and everything that we do around that, but our brand still was not at that level, right? So our situation analysis told us that we had to do something else. And then we saw a lot of challenge, for instance, what's going to happen, what is going to be the perception. That's where all these focus groups and all this analysis, interacting with all these people, was helping us to mitigate this challenge. Before we decided to go ahead with the brand, we did a lot of research and a lot of meetings with key elements of the company, not inside the company, but outside the company, for instance, our partners, right? And we were like optimizing the visual identity until we reached the point that we have. So I will say that I'm very, very proud that we minimize a lot all the challenge before we implement the brand and we put it like live.
And we just spoke about the challenges, and we have mentioned every challenge, but the one that I thought of first, the second I knew that Exness was rebranding, I was like, what's going to happen to the cars? I mean, this fleet of cars that Exness has in Cyprus, because everybody in Cyprus knows about Exness cars. They're everywhere. And even people that are not in the finance industry know who is Exness because of the cars, and everybody inside the finance industry that is in contact with Exness management knows that, you know, people is such an important part of Exness as a brand, which is why the cars are being provided, but not only, because it also provides Exness with a lot of awareness when it comes to attracting talent within Cyprus, right? So how are you managing that challenge? What are you going to do with the cars, basically?
It's a good question, the cars. Well, first, Cyprus is a very important country for us. It's an important part of the equation because we are very proud of being here and we are always trying to give back to the country, not only through the activities that we do. There are a lot of CSR activities like the fire trucks, etc. Now we are in all the collaborations in order to control the firing in summer in the forest, mountains, etc. But the cars are also an element that is important for our people, for mobility. When I came here, I was also in shock about I remember the first time that I came here, how many cars were there. So yeah, the cars, we are gonna rebrand the cars as well. Actually, in the next weeks, you will see the new logo implemented there. We have few details that we need to close. That's why from now still I cannot share all the details with you. But I will say that in the next 30 to 40 days, we will start seeing the new logo into the cars. The cars is an important benefit for our employees, and I'm very proud of that.
But we will be able to identify the car as Exness, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
Okay.
On the same way that you see the new logo and the X, etc., is going to be represented in our cars as well.
Okay, I can't wait to see that happening.
Okay.
And how is Exness going, like the Exness presence right now? Since there is a rebrand, I'm assuming that your positioning within the financial markets industry itself is going to take some sort of shift. Where is Exness going?
We continue with our key pillars, right? The first one is we are absolutely customer-centric. Everything that we do is for the benefit of our customers. Then we are a tech company. Innovation is very important. We will continue innovating. We will continue bringing better than market conditions for our customers and also protecting our traders. So the rebrand is just a new way of interact with our customers, but the DNA of the company didn't change. We're just trying to use the new brand as a tool that it will help us to better communicate to them and to better interact with them. So don't expect big changes in terms of the way that we are running our business.
So we could say in a way that the rebrand of the identity of Exness is a little bit more to catch up with what Exness has been evolving to, that is nowadays, to represent better what you are, rather than it means a change going forward, right?
Actually, the rebrand is a way, as I said before, of putting ourselves into the next level. That's what we did. And I believe, and we are seeing already the benefits of that, even on traffic and how smooth, because we didn't only rebrand our logo, also we changed the user experience on many aspects of our platform and website, and we are already seeing the benefits now.
Are you getting any feedback from users already after you have rolled up these kind of things?
Since day one, we have a control group of customers. We are getting the feedback, and also we are seeing spikes on the way that we are like converting the customers because the process is much more smooth.
Very interesting. Great. Thank you so much, Alfonso, for this interview. I think it has been very enlightening and we understand now where the rebrand comes from. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining us at Finance Magnates interview and speak soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.